again, I don't think the owners of that team are talking about winning anything anytime soon. Honestly, with the way they are operating, it's clear. When Maresca comes to interviews, hear him talk. He's speaking like someone briefed him and told him.
Watch Transit TV right now.
I'm Tochku Michael. Keep watching Transit TV.
Transit TV back again to the studios with my man Ogum. So much to talk about. This bringing you EPL roundup, a few talking points around the league this weekend, starting from Liverpool, maintaining their lead at the table. Chelsea with their unprecedented bad run of form. United, Arsenal as well with their issues. So just want to touch base and bring some selling points to you this night with my man Ogum. Bro, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you, Reggie. Always a pleasure to be on Transit. So much going on in the world of football, European, African, everywhere. So let's dig into it.
Yeah, let's start with Liverpool. Right now, team of the moment, topping the EPL table, 7 points, and move back after surviving a scare from Wolves over the weekend. And I don't know what you think about Liverpool. They are beginning to show signs of cracking. But most importantly, let's look at their. I have a feeling if Liverpool can win these 3 next coming fixtures in EPL, they will win this league. Aston Villa away, City away, and playing at home to Newcastle. What's your take on these 3 fixtures?
Yeah, I mean, it will go a long way if they can win the 3. What it will do will be to reinforce their confidence. You know, EPL is a confidence league. That's what I know. So if your confidence is high, based on what you've done before, then you will believe. Liverpool has been very lucky. Not just lucky. They've worked hard, but they've been lucky to an extent in terms of being able to escape with wins for games that they could easily have drawn.
Yeah.
Right. So if they're able to get through these three games with wins, I'm going to be the opposite of what I've been all season. Why you are now becoming the opposite of what you've been all season. You are the person that's always said that Arsenal will win the league. Now you're giving me conditions that Liverpool, if they win their next 3, they'll win the league. So that means that your faith is not as strong as it used to be. So I'm gonna do the opposite. Even if they win the next 3, it's not guaranteed that they'll win the league.
Well, I ask your opinion. I'm not saying that's what they're going to win.
So that's my opinion is that as long as Arsenal continues to win, yeah, we'll
get to
have a chance.
Yeah, Liverpool, like you said, they've worked hard, they've ended where they are. At the same time, they've been lucky as well because it's part of it. Even the coaches will tell you, if with all the work you do, you still have to be lucky somehow, either with injuries or with fixtures, or sometimes you play some teams when they're having their bad patch, you're lucky you escape it. Just like Liverpool played against Everton last week. I'm sure if they had played that game when it was supposed to have been played, maybe Liverpool would have rounded Liverpool up easily and picked 3 points. But unfortunately, they came. It was a scheduled fixture, and it came at a time Everton is in a high, considering the coming back of David Moyes. So yeah, sometimes you have those lucks, but over the weekend they showed some frailties, and it looked like okay, maybe they can crack. City is coming back. Looking at these 3 fixtures, City had a very good game against Newcastle over the weekend. The week before, since they lost to Arsenal, I think they've won the next 2 games. So it looks like they're coming back. Mamouche getting his hat-trick and looking very bright for City. So at Liverpool, one thing about them is that they've been conceding goals. So it looks like City will get something. Unfortunately, on the other side, City also have been conceding. So it's really going to be like an open game. Liverpool has always been a team that gives City a run for them, even at their best times. So that one is not a given. Aston Villa, on their day at home, obviously can give anybody a game. So just for us, nobody knows what Aston Villa will turn up on that day. Newcastle, we know as well, when they want to meet business, they also meet. So it's going to be a very tricky 3 games for them. So the reason why I was saying that for them to go through these 3 games in 1 week, play Aston Villa on Saturday, on Wednesday, play City on Saturday or Sunday, I don't know, and then play Newcastle the next week in like that and win all 3. I mean, why do you want to ask for a team that's going to win the league at this crunch time of the season? So that's why I said that. But I don't think they're going to win all 3. I don't think they're going to win all 3. I don't feel they will beat City. I don't feel they will beat Aston Villa. Newcastle, yeah, they may, because Newcastle have been having a very bad run when it comes to the league. Cup competitions, they've been good, but in the league, if not, they've really been abysmal. They're 7th or 8th on the table. So that tells you how they have been doing. So that's my take on that. But potentially, for Liverpool, I think Liverpool fans can believe, but if they also can remember their recent history, that also gives concern. Because Liverpool at this time of the season, the last 3 years, if people don't realize it, they've been around where they are now. In fact, last season, I didn't even remember. I thought it was a little bit farther. The commentator said that 8 games to go last season, Liverpool were topping the league. People don't realize that. So yeah, this is not an unfamiliar terrain for them, and it's the reason why I have my confidence that if they still could, we not win this league, at least not for now. So yeah, the second team, Chelsea, at the time this season, at the point this season, people were saying they are in the title challenge, and we are even tipping them ahead of Arsenal to win the table. Chelsea fans, we are all over the internet making noise and saying that other people say their module has finally worked, buying, my friend calls it a warehouse of players, and then sieving it out. It looked like it was going to work. But if you remember, I always had my concern about Chelsea, which I said that I don't think they have players that are disciplined. I don't trust Maresca myself, because I was surprised how he came in under 2 weeks. He already knew the player that he was going to have and the ones he won't have, and let a lot of experienced players go and let the young ones stay. Then considering what happened with him in Leicester, where they almost ran away with the league in the first half of the season, second half the team collapsed. So looking at all those things, I wasn't very sure Chelsea had bounced back. I don't know what you think. 9 games, they have just 2 wins, 2 draws, and they have 5 losses. I don't know what you think about Chelsea.
It's hugely disappointing. I mean, Chelsea was a team that I actually got a bit scared of earlier in the season, because I looked at their attack, man. With the way Palmer was playing, you could see the likes of Neto, Jackson was clicking, options everywhere. Modric, unfortunately, with the drug thing, hasn't been able to play, but their attack is full of pace, full of young players, and even the midfield as well. And they are the youngest team in the league. So, but what I've seen is that I see that the owners of the club seem to be more concerned about business than any other thing, right? They just want to buy players from everywhere, place those players where people can see them, and ultimately maybe look for them and buy them, right? And when that happens, then they sell. So how about winning? I don't think they are concerned about winning right now as to being able to make money in the future. Because if you look at the way they are buying players, there doesn't seem to be someone right there, which is, I commented on this before the season started, a director of football that will work with the coach based on how the coach wants to play, buy the players to fit the structure or how the club wants to run things, right? It's not happening. Even up to now, it's still not happening at Chelsea. They are still buying up young Brazilian talents from everywhere, and still putting them in clubs and just trying to see what sticks. I saw Renato Vega playing for Juventus yesterday. I was like, oh my goodness, this guy can play as a center back. Played really well. Helped Juventus beat Inter in a game that Inter dominated possession. Juventus defended with their lives.
Yeah, but it's always very easy for we fans to say the owners this, owners that. But these coaches are giving materials. Chelsea has players, they have talent. Yeah, maybe they're not the finished article as a squad. The same team that started the season, winning games, putting together 5-6 run of, unbeaten run of winning streak. It's the same players. The owners didn't come and say, they didn't sell any player this season. So let's leave the owners. Once the transfer window is closed, the owner's business is finished. They will face the coach. Based on what you have, what can you do with it? That's my question. So it's now between the players and the manager to deliver results relative to the quality that they have. Can they be better in terms of sport? Yes, we know. But with what they have, are they doing enough? Are they where they're supposed to be with the quality that they have in the table, that in the pitch, on the team? That's my concern. And this is where the question now comes to the coach and to the players. Because sometimes, too, these coaches take a lot of bullet for these players. Players sometimes need to hold themselves accountable. There are sometimes, when it comes to attitude, when it comes to application, when it comes to really wanting to win, it's no longer the owners, it's no longer the coach. You sometimes should stand for yourself and say, no, I need to make something happen. And this is what I probably have with Chelsea right now. On the side of the coach, I don't think I've said it many times, I don't think Maresca is really in charge, has a grip on these players. It looks like it's an all-commerce place. Because sometimes Chelsea's their structure is chaotic. And I believe he tries to play a two-pivot in the midfield, Enzo, Fernandez, and Caicedo. But every time you see Enzo drift forward, it looks like he doesn't want to do the dirty work. He just want to be a creative player, which he's not very good at. He doesn't want to work for Palmer. And Palmer himself looks very lazy. Now you can see why Pep let him go. He doesn't look like a player that wants to do the dirty work. He just want to be there and create. And the last 5 games, I don't think he has done well. I think he has scored 2 goals, no assists, nothing. So yeah, this is where the question now comes in. And looking at the fixtures coming up, like I said, Chelsea has played 9 games. The last 9 games, they've won just 2, drawn 2, and lost 5. They have Aston Villa away from home. They play at home to Southampton. Then they play at home to Leicester and away to Arsenal. These 4 games, probably Leicester is the one that is guaranteed that probably they will win. Southampton has more, they are down there in the table, but they are a very hard, difficult team to play against. Then Aston Villa away, Arsenal away. I don't know. What do you think about these fixtures? And is there anything that will make Chelsea let Maresca go this season? Because they are a team that they don't waste time in sacking coaches.
No, nothing will make them let Maresca go, because they've said it. They made it clear from day one. He's in there for the long haul. I don't think the owners of that team are talking about winning anything anytime soon. Honestly, with the way they are operating, it's clear. When Maresca comes to interviews, hear him talk. He's speaking like someone briefed him and told him what to say in interviews. And that's why Chelsea fans are frustrated.
So Aston Villa away, Southampton at home, Leicester at home, and Arsenal away. Do you think Chelsea will, how many points do you think they get this possible 4?
Probably 6 out of 12. I think the Southampton and Leicester games are perfectly winnable. Aston Villa and Arsenal, I'm not sure about those.
Okay. Yeah, I feel so too. But I feel Southampton is going to be a tricky game for them. I feel Southampton is going to be a very tricky game for them. Yeah. Leicester are guaranteed, but Southampton, they are a very difficult team to play this season. Yeah, they don't score goals, but sometimes they are really, really very stubborn. So let's go to Manchester United. Possible 42 points, they have 14 points. It's very, very bad at United right now. Everything is looking bad. Their players go away. They're doing well in the places they are going. Amorim he comes across as a likable coach. Everybody knows what he has done in Portugal, but there's something is not working for him. I don't know. What's your feeling? I personally, I feel he's showing signs of being naive and overly stubborn in 2 ways. First of all, his communication is good, to be honest, but at the same time, there are sometimes you cut your players slack and try to manage some things internally. Some people said, on one hand, it's good that he's saying it the way it is. Everybody knows what's going on. He can walk, but I don't know how far that can take you. There's, on the other hand, adaptability. I've been singing this from day one. This is EPL. Even Pep, people think from the outside, it looks like it doesn't change. Pep adapts. One time he's inverting right backs right back or left back. Another time is inverting a centre back. The other time he played with false nine and stuff. So he always changes something about his team, dynamic of his team every season. So he can't come from Portugal and he come to United. First of all, you don't have the players that suit your system, and this is a different league. You're not winning games. Confidence is on the floor, and you're still doing exactly the same thing. I don't know what you think.
I think that Amorim needs some lessons on management. He's a brilliant coach. I've seen that already. But he needs to be careful. For me, based on what I've seen with successful managers, if I were to have his ears, I would say, listen, tie up your dressing room first. Right now, the danger I see with Amorim is the Manchester United dressing room. When you come into a club as humongous as United, with all the shenanigans, all the history, get your players into a room, get their confidence, get their buy-in, bond with them. Yeah, that's where you start, right? I don't see that. I see him as he needs to grow a little bit more. He needs to, he's a bit naive. He needs to be able to manage with everything going on. You can be honest. Never throw your players under the bus. Never give the impression that you are getting them to do something and they're not doing it. They're not good enough, exactly. Right? You lose your players. When you get your players on the same page, that's where you start fighting that battle. Nobody can penetrate your dressing room because you guys have planned and said.
And eventually, if they have to leave, it will be a consensus between you and them, bro. We looked at this. It looks like you'll be better off here, and stuff like that. Quietly, people will move on, and everybody is happy. You don't just look at Casemiro. All of a sudden now you're calling on him. He did not play since December. He started again since December 15th. All of a sudden he's again for you.
Yeah. So when you do that, trust me, even with the way he's playing, with the way things are set up, if the players are playing for that manager, all on the same page, they will win more games. They would have won more games.
Let me ask you, because people are saying this man that took over in Nice, he has worked with 7 coaches in the last maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
That it might not be far-fetched that Amorim might be asked to leave.
It's not. He won't. From his history with Nice, it's the same thing that happened at Nice. They've been turning over managers like crazy. So that's why I think that Amorim needs to.
Did he come too early? Because my understanding is that he was supposed to take this job at the end of this season, but somehow they convinced him to come in mid-season. Do you think probably he would have stuck to his decision to come at the end of the season? Did he come a little bit too early?
No, I think he came at the right time. Coming at the end of the season would be, it's the same thing, the same problems he's having, he will have, right? Right now, I think they will not be relegated. They have a 10-point gap between them and whoever is in third to the last position, relegation zone. So 10 points is a lot to surmount, to draw them into the relegation zone. So he is seeing things that he would have seen in the summer. He's seeing them now.
Let me give you Manchester United fixtures coming up, the next 4. They have Everton away. The way Everton is playing, I almost count that one as a loss. They have Ipswich at home, Fulham, and Arsenal. So in these 4 games, maybe on paper, I know this is football, anything can happen. You only guarantee there are maybe 3 points. Even Ipswich sometimes are not easy to play against.
Yeah.
So he's talking about 10 points. You also look at it that way. If any of those 2 teams put together a run, they're looking at 3-4 points gap between them.
Yeah, I mean, 3 of those games are winnable. I would say the Arsenal game let me count it as not winnable because of the form Arsenal show. But that's now like forwards. So anything can happen in Arsenal versus United game. They're like derby
Yeah, of course, big games.
But having said that,
but the way Everton is playing now, and the way United is playing, it can.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to say that judging by the way United is playing, this is where the problem lies. I think that Amorim should rally his team.
And don't forget your
some
boy,
of the things that he's doing.
The boy Diallo and Meno and Ugarte are injured right now.
Yeah, some of the things he's doing, like bringing in Chidom Obi Martins with a minute to go, those kind of things are not encouraging. The timing of bringing in that boy, if you
and it's not like you're winning.
If you intend to use him, that timing wasn't the best one. I'm hoping that he's a kind of manager that learns. Yes, he's an experienced manager to an extent, but he's still a rookie at this level of management of such a club. And so I hope he is the type that will learn really quickly from his mistakes and correct them as he goes, because that's the only way he will survive on this job. Now, United fans are, let me say, 70-80% behind him, right? Because of what's happened in the past, because they know his pedigree coming in. But I already see rumblings of people that think he's too arrogant. Just the way they described Arteta when he was starting at Arsenal. So you can come off as strong, you can come off as hot-headed, you can come off as stubborn, but
in your dressing room, have them together.
Yeah, but don't be extreme. In your dressing room, have the dressing room together.
People say, I thought I came in, let Aubameyang go, but don't forget, like you said, he first of all got them in his camp.
Yes.
For the first 6 months, won the FA Cup before he started winning the one that he didn't want. So he didn't just come immediately and start having issues or letting players go. So let's round up with Arsenal. There are issues, no established front player. All their first choice front players are injured at the moment. In the next 2-3 weeks, Martinelli might not be back, Saka might not be back, and Kai Havertz is out for the season. Surprisingly, the same Kai Havertz everybody is saying cannot lead Arsenal to anywhere. All of a sudden he gets injured. Everybody is crying for Arsenal that they are finished. So I don't know. Arsenal are unbeaten in the league. This is something people are not talking about too much. In the last 15 games, they've not lost anyone. I think they are won 12 out of those 15, 12 or 13, and drawn 2 or 3. And among those games, we are City 5-1. So they've been somehow finding ways to win games. It looks very, very, very difficult right now because of what is going on in their front, with their front players. It's no longer a news that Merino came in over the weekend and did his magic 10 minutes to the end of that game and found 2 goals, somehow to score 2 goals. Their next 4 fixtures: West Ham at home, Forest away, United away, and Chelsea at home. What's your take?
Well, Arsenal have won 10 games and drawn 5. I think that those 4 or 5 draws are probably are why they have this gap
7
right
points
now.
behind, yeah.
Yes. So having said that, it's formidable. We've always, I love to use that phrase, which I learned from the Arsenal manager, which I apply to real life. Yeah. Your body of work should earn you the right for success, right? You do this, you do that, you do what you need to do to earn the right to be successful, right? Nobody's entitled. Some people are born with those privileges and, they are lucky, extremely lucky. The rest of us, we have to put in the work to earn the right to be successful. And that's what I love about this Arsenal team. That's what I love about their ethos and the way they approach things. Look at the body of work. Look at what they've put in against all odds. 15 games unbeaten in the EPL is not a joke.
It's unprecedented.
Right? And the other day, somebody mentioned, Arsenal beat City 5-1. I'm like, did I watch the game? Is that possible? That's the City 5-1. And I was like, okay, this just happened a few weeks ago. City tormented me mentally so much so that I'm still doubting. I'm still doubting that Arsenal beat City. It's not like City had a red card or there's something happened. Arsenal beat City fair and square. it's crazy. So that's also part of the body of work that has earned them the right to be where they are.
So can they win
right?
these 4 games?
For people that write off the team, yes, that's where I'm going to. I'm going to the fact that they've put in a body of work that puts them in a position where they feel that these games are winnable. Whoever it is on a given day, right? We will work hard. Everything is based on hard work. Mm-hmm. And that's where I'm even more hopeful, right? I would normally be more hopeful if everybody was there, the full complement of the team is there. But now the approach for every game is: listen, we are underhanded.
The objective is
fight. It's a war zone. The objective is clear, right? We are underhanded. If you see the first goal against Leicester, for example, the kind of joy that was expressed from Arteta to Marino to, I saw Odegaard. Odegaard leapt. Go watch that goal again. Watch how Odegaard leapt into the air when that ball entered.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. You could see the relief. The guy that gave the assist took off to the corner flag and Waneri to go and wait for the goal scorer to come. So you can see that the team, everybody's focused on
opposite of whatever it will take us. In United.
Mm-hmm. Whatever it will take us to win this game, let's do it and win this game.
I'll move to the
and on to the next. So that's my hope. So I believe, as an optimist and someone that believes in God and someone that believes that when you work hard, you get the result. You get the so I believe that the team will get the result because they work extremely hard. Yeah,
for me, West Ham is going to be a tricky game for Arsenal. Forest, we know how they play. They sit back. So, and if they do that, there's going to be a dogfight game. We wait for you, wait for us. Anybody that smashes each other. So those 2 games are going to be tricky. I feel Arsenal should take care of United at Old Trafford. Chelsea as well. Arsenal has gradually coming back to their old habit of being strong defensively. And once they get that right against Chelsea, I think they can also win that game. But of course, all the giving here are just laying it on the table. You out there, let us know what you think and give us your reasons. These games, we have Liverpool, we've seen their run of game coming up. Chelsea has been poor. They have a run of games coming up. United as well and Arsenal. So what do you think about these features coming up for these teams? What's the expectation of these teams? Is Liverpool going to win the league? Do you think Arsenal can catch up? And let us know what you think so that we'll see how this one goes. By weekend, it starts again. It's going to be a very hot weekend. Like I will say, Liverpool are going to be going away to Aston Villa. Chelsea, on Wednesday, then weekend, Liverpool will be at City. Chelsea will be playing away to Aston Villa. United will be playing away to Everton, while Arsenal will be hosting West Ham. These are very, very solid games coming up this weekend. Don't miss any of them and stick to Transit TV. And we will come back and review these games and see how they are going to pan out. It will be nice to see you again and have a good night. We'll see how this one pans out, starting with Liverpool and Aston Villa on Wednesday at Villa Park. Good night,
man.
Bro.
Talking football with you is one of my favorite things, man. It's a pleasure.
Same here, bro. Nice one. Have a good night.
All right, you too.